Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Longing. I'm Modi Operandus. It's day 302. Well, I guess day 303 with 302 days left. 6 hours, 50 minutes, 45 seconds. The time has shifted dramatically because I spent the last several days since the last recording in my home where everything's going at 4 times speed. And I didn't light a fire or anything like that, so we're only getting 4 times speed roughly. But it's still enough to jump me forward a significant number of days. We're less than 100. We're almost 100 days into this now. And it's been, I guess, 60 since it's come out. I haven't spent a lot of time fast forwarding here yet, but we will get more into that as we go here. So we're still in our house, as you can see. And I am currently working on my second floor. Just letting it go. I was hoping that it would mine off camera here, but it did not. So now you guys get the pleasure of watching our little shade buddy mine away. Now the question is it going to double back a second time, or is it going to make just a second floor here? Because that would be kind of cool. Have like a lower level, kind of loft apartment kind of thing, except to be reverse loft. This is the bedroom down here, and the main living area up there, kind of reverse loft. Where it's got a basement. I guess a basement going on now. I'm not sure. But we'll let them go. I don't really have any plans for what we do from here. I have no idea how to get to the library. We have to look around. There's a couple spaces I want to visit. We have to decide if we want to risk losing the mattock to get to through that glass that's in the treasure room, because that's going to be something we have to do at some point. I just don't know when the right time to do it is. I don't want to cut myself off of content because I got greedy and went after the big prize here. Even though it's not a big prize, as he points out, there's nothing you can actually do with it. So, what are you going to spend it on down here, really? The library is the most valuable thing you can find, honestly. Knowledge is power. We'd be second only to the king. Right now, the spider outranks us because he knows more about the world. And he can spin a web and we can't. Eventually, we'll outrank the spider. And then, I don't know about the horse head on the wall. I don't know where we rank as far as that goes. King's on top. We can all agree to that. The king's on top. Then the spider. Then possibly the horse head or the shade. It's kind of a toss-up. But that's really the only characters we run into here. There are others, I believe. Not 100% sure. Someone in the comments mentioned, have I found the face yet? Now, they don't mean the face that we saw in my nightmares last time. No, I did. I don't know where I saw this, but I did see either via an achievement or a screenshot or something of the game. But there is a carving of a face on a wall that we have not located, and I'm sure that is what he's referring to. And I don't know if it talks back. I doubt it, but I think we should try to find it at some point here. I have a couple ideas of where it could be, but I'm not 100% sure on anything. The couple spots I want to head to are the crystal room. I want to head back to the crystal room. We can do some mining there to get some more crystals, first of all, and prove my little house here. But then also, I think if we kept walking, we might have been able to find something. I don't think I kept walking through there. I think we stopped when we got to get the crystal and just hightailed it back out of there. But if we look around that further, that'll be an answer. The other thing I can do, I want to head back into the darkness where we had all those fun with mushrooms. Grab one other purple mushroom to light up the way. And then we will, instead of doubling back up the stairs like we did, we'll just go straight and see what we find. Because there's got to be something that direction, too. We have a whole second direction we haven't gone yet. Luckily for us, we just woke up back here after meeting myself in the caverns. So, yeah, that's fun. But we'll head back up there. It's a long walk. It's a really long walk to get back over there. So it's going to be kind of a, once I'm done with the basement here, I probably will set out again. We'll do some more adventures. I want to see if there's anything else I can make with the paintings here, maybe. If there's any new paintings we can do. Maybe do that before we leave. And then we'll head back out on a exploratory mission of the cave system. I'm surprised. I was surprised by the face in the darkness. It was very cool, very creepy, very satisfying, and it was unexpected for sure. So that was kind of neat. And I'm trying to wrap my head around why exactly that happened. If it was just going mad from the darkness, or if there was actually something up there. I don't know. We were walking a very long time. And really, I wish the light could last longer somehow. And I don't know if we can actually do that. It might just be programmed to not do that. There's so many things in this game that you just don't know. Like the mushrooms thing. Through a lot of trial and error to figure that one out. And it took days. It took days of playing to make it happen. So like for a series like this, where I'm trying to record as much as possible on camera, not do too much off camera, that's the first time we've actually had to do any kind of editing whatsoever. And it was editing that was necessary. I mean, I couldn't extend this out. I guess I could have. I'd say that I couldn't. I didn't want to. Let's say it that way then. I didn't want to extend it out days and episodes because I get one of these episodes every like 4 days or so now. And it's not consistent in any stretch, and I apologize. If you're looking for consistency for this series, it's I gotta be right the right headspace to record this, obviously. So it depends on what else is going on. If there's other things to record and that kind of thing, this kind of takes a back seat. Don't mean for it to, but it happens. But anyways, the idea of trial and error in that shadow area, it would take so long to do because we'd have to go in it, figure out we did it wrong, end up back here, start the process over again. It's going to be a 15-minute walk back over there. So that's most of my episode gone at that point. If I'm sticking to the 30-minute episodes, which I will. I plan to. This game's going to be taking off bites at a time, 30 minutes at a time. Right now we're getting several minutes in because, well, I mean, we're multiplying time times 4 here. So this episode will only be 5 minutes then. We'll call it a day. Call it a 20-minute episode then. Yeah, you guys didn't expect that, did you? You thought it was 20 minutes real time. No, it's 20 minutes game time. So the faster the time flies, the shorter the episodes. So that's going to be this episode for... No, just kidding. I'll keep going. No need to do it that way. I did originally, based on the concept of this, I think originally we wanted to do a 400 episode series of doing one of these a day. And then the reality of that was daunting. Trying to record this every single day. I've never done anything that consistently, and I would have to do it consistently because I can't just like, oh, well, we'll fast forward and we'll record a bunch of episodes at a time. Because you could tell I haven't advanced any time, so you can't see the following day. But then we get into the problem of, we need to wait 2 weeks to do something and that kind of thing. So here we are. Now you know exactly how you got to episode whatever of the series. I don't even know because I'm not numbering these the proper way. I'm just telling you how many days you'll have to go. So it's going to be seems like I took a big jump forward here in the last 4 days. To from episode like 320 to 303 now. It's been 17 days have passed since the last 4. The episode 4 days ago. I do like that mechanic though. It's a nice little surprise and secret because I think the description for the game lists it as a real-time game. Well, it says idle RPG. I don't know what exactly they called it. And it is those things. I guess RPG is a little bit of a stretch. I don't know what else you'd call it, though. Adventure game? It's not really adventure game. It's kind of point and click. I don't know. So this will be my new office down here. I'm working on my new recording space in this spot underneath my living room here. And, yeah, we'll be able to record new episodes down here. Wouldn't that be fun? What if he does that? What if he just sets up a Twitch channel down here? And then he stops venturing out altogether? I'm not going to explore your cave anymore. We got Wi-Fi down here. I could just use that. It's not perfect, but... Next mission will be to run a fiber optic down from the top. We have to get to the surface first, and the King's not going to approve that, so... It looks like I'm getting to the end of the way... I think I'm getting to the room here, because it's starting to parallax and curve. You can see the way that the room is shaped here. It's got a three-dimensional feel to it. And you can see it's starting to curve back around to be the end here. Unless there's a second room. But otherwise, I think it's going to be ending up pretty soon here. Which is good. But then we have to like figure out how to put stuff in it. Like this whole it needs wood for a bed thing. I would love to be able to do that right away. I think the wall the wall stopped moving, but it's just going slowly. Seems like it's every 2 or 3 hits now. I do love the hand drawn aesthetic though. It looks cool. I wish I could draw this well for anything. I can draw okay. I can make things. I'm great at like Pictionary level drawing. You can definitely, like, I draw a thing and you can definitely tell it's the thing that I said it is. But drawing something like, just like that bookshelf there, it looks so simple, but there's like little hashing on the sides you have to do. And you have to get that wood grain in there just right, the weatheredness of it. You gotta get the details right, all the lines straight. You gotta get the angles, this perspective all right for it to look good. Know how much grain is too much, how much detail to add there, how much weather to put on it. You gotta get the colors right. And like I said, the little hashing and the shading on there. Gotta get that right. That's the kind of stuff I can't do well. I can't do any of that kind of stuff. I could definitely draw a thing. I could draw a bookshelf. I couldn't make it look that good. Let's put it that way. I could draw that armchair. I see the basic shapes. You know, rectangles, circles. I see all the basic shapes there to put it together. But when it comes down to detail and that kind of thing, it just, you know. If there was a hobby I could have, I think that would probably be the one I go for, is something like art. Drawing and that kind of thing. Hey, is he done? He just decided to quit all of a sudden. Oh no, he's going back down. Oh my God, he's going back down again. Is that stairs? Oh, we're not done yet, guys. This is going to be just like the Halls of Eternity, except it's making up for lost time here. Because we had all those episodes inside of that where time didn't advance at all. Now we're having the opposite problem. We're going to move up so much time this episode. I said, I usually would name these episodes, you know, 302. I would name this one 303 left to go, but now it's going to depend on where we actually end up. Are we going to get through an entire day here? What would that take? No, we can't. We can't possibly advance the day at all. Because it'll be, I'd have to sit here for an hour or more, right? To get through let's see. Yeah, 6 hours. I have to sit through at least an hour to get through 4 hours. So an hour and a half to get us through 6 hours. But we could also go light the fire if we want to really advance things along. I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe I should advance the fire so we can, you know, really tick off the minutes here. Doesn't make him work any faster. It just advances the time faster. Actually, I'm a little concerned. I don't want to waste too much time here. I don't know if there's any time gating where I have to get to a certain point at some time. It could be a thing. In which case, we got to start all over with this series and do it right. Sorry. It just happens that way. But yeah, drawing, I really would love to be able to... I mean, even that clown painting in the back, I don't think I could do anything quite that good. I might be able to get the basic shapes, but like the look of it, I couldn't do. For sure. But yeah, I think it's a good hobby to have. I got myself a nice little Apple Pen. I got my iPad. I can do some drawing and that kind of thing on that. I do like the digital drawing. Pen and paper's fine, but I feel like I can do a lot more with digital drawing. I can make corrections more easily. That kind of thing. I know probably you're supposed to learn on paper, but I don't know. I want to skip that. I want to skip that step. I did take some art classes as a kid, though. Like, not like just in school. I actually went to a separate, like, art store, you know. It was like a cartooning class. I don't know how old I was. Must have been like, I don't know. Like a 12-year-old maybe? Taking cartooning class? I don't remember any of it. I think I only went to like 2 classes. And maybe that might be all it was. It was just a couple of the classes. Like, maybe it's just one day seminar. I don't even know. But didn't do too much of that kind of stuff. I didn't do very well in art class in general when I was actually graded on stuff either. I don't know what it is. Art class is a very difficult class for a lot of reasons. Because it's like first of all, obviously it's super subjective. Like the grading of things. I feel like they should just make art class an easy A and say, hey, you know what? You do art class, you can get an A. And this is a class you can do. And you get yourself a little culture. As long as you do all the assignments I asked you to do, regardless of skill level, as long as you did them to what I expected you to do and listen to the directions of it, you get an A on it. And then we're not going to judge anybody's work beyond that. And that would be actually kind of nice. Like just being able to just turn it in, say, this is what I wanted to do, and hold myself to my own standard there for art class. Like, you know, if I had an idea for something and I did it to the best of my ability, and it was the vision I had in mind, you should just get graded on, did I do what the assignment was? Did I use macaroni noodles to make this cardboard like thing, gluing stuff together, that kind of thing. That's like kind of like camp projects or something like that, making bracelets or something like that. I like art, subjective art. Like I wanted to make a thing, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. It did turn out how I wanted it to. This is like what I had in mind, whether you like it or not, that kind of thing. But make all those classes just be an automatic A. Don't, because me, like I took art classes and I was getting C's in it. So what does that do for me then? I don't take any more art classes. What that means, and maybe that opens up space for someone else that's better at it. But still, like it's like, why would I lower my GPA because you didn't like this thing I made? Or I'm bad at drawing, or I'm bad at everything. So why would I keep doing this class? It's not like it's math. I know math is hard for a lot of people, but it's like math has rules. Math's always the same. There's a right answer and a wrong answer. And it could be argued that writing is the same. I mean, writing's a little more artistic, right? But you can, grammatically write skillfully. You could write skillfully as far as like style and word choices and that kind of thing. And you could be great at, you can be great at that kind of thing as far as the quality of paper. Teachers will like certain papers better than others, sure. But you can also follow the instructions that are laid out. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I had to like write essays in school, they would say, okay, you need to have your structure of a paragraph, classic topic sentence of paragraph, supporting information, or statement, supporting information, statement, supporting information, summation sentence. It was like it was the classic like English class, like 4-sentence or 6-sentence structure to a paragraph, basically. And you had 2 pieces of information added in to support your argument, and you wrap it up and sum it together. That's basically, they teach that to my kid in 2nd grade already. Like it's exactly how it works. So if you follow the letter of that, and even if you're a terrible writer and can't think of a good thought or something like that, as long as you follow the structure of it, you're going to do okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of privilege here because I feel like a better writer than I'm an artist, or at least I was. I don't write too much anymore, but I was better at writing than I am at art, so that might be why I feel like it comes easier. But then you go to something like math. There's right answers, there's wrong answers. There's the ways to do things. You can be taught math. It's not easy for everyone to wrap their head around sometimes. It's not easy to retain information in general. Just, there's a lot of knowledge to maintain, a lot of formulas to keep track of. But you could, I think, more so learn math than you can learn art, because art is a talent. It's a talent, it's a skill. It either takes some natural ability in it, a deftness, a way of just, motor skills of holding a pencil and making it go where you want it to go. And then there's also a vision aspect of it. You need to have an artistic mind. You need to be able to see things differently. And that can be learned. That you can hone over time. But I mean, someone doing an art class for 1 week, one day a semester, or 1 day a week per semester, they're not gonna hone their skills practicing just so they can do better on the next week's art. They're gonna spend 6 hours on it because it's quote unquote easy class. Maybe they don't respect the craft as much as they should in that case. But it's subjective. It is. You gotta. I mean, there's things I did that I thought were good in our class that didn't get good grades. They said this was not good. And I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't good. But teacher says it's not, so do what they want you to do. And don't work that the other way. See how far I get. So yeah. I as far as hobbies I'll do now, what I should be doing is writing essays. That's because that's what I was actually good at. I haven't written an essay in a very long time. And I don't even know if I was very good at it, even now looking back. I got good grades on stuff. I did okay. I see something growing on the ceiling. This would be a good spot to cultivate mushrooms down here. What? Really? Interesting. I mean, are we just gonna... So that's the other thing, too. We can check back next episode and see if the things have grown in here. That's pretty cool. I could have mushrooms on the ceiling and do something with them. But yeah, art was a struggle. Nowadays, I would like to do art. You know, have a more artistic mind. And I do some artistic stuff, you know, like the thumbnails you're looking at and that kind of thing. Those are chosen and selected from, you know, using screenshots and that kind of thing. There's some skill to that. There's some vision for that. Can I do anything I look at? No, I can't do I mean, I could come up with, if I need to replicate a screenshot of someone else's like style, I can probably do it. Unless it's something crazy. Sometimes I don't know how they do certain things, but for the most part, I can see how they're doing it. I understand the software enough to know what to do, whether or not I can actually pull it off or make it look good. And then there's just a standard, but then it comes back to the standard art argument that it's subjective. What I find appealing in an art piece is not what everyone else will find appealing, so I'm going to focus on different aspects than they will. I mean, I was looking at thumbnails earlier today because I constantly am rethinking the way I do thumbnails, which is a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But I look around a lot and I see, I have, you know, I look through, basically I go through probably like once a week, maybe. I go through all my subscriptions on YouTube, and I subscribe to a lot of people for some reason. I don't watch much YouTube, but I subscribe to a lot of people. Just to keep tabs on them, basically. Stalk them. Want to see what they're doing. But I will go around, I'll look at their thumbnails and see what they're doing. And see, you know, okay, I like that, I don't like that. That seems to work very well for some reason, and that doesn't. And it depends on the audiences. It depends on the videos that you're going for, too. So it's all subjective. There's no right answers, is what I always say when it comes to that stuff. But I do spend a lot of time looking at thumbnails and thinking about them, trying to learn different things and seeing, okay, this person did that. This is why that looked good and that kind of thing. So, I mean, I'm doing some artistic things, but drawing is one of those things that I would love to get back into. And I do follow a few like digital art channels. Mike Henry, if you're looking into that kind of thing, is a very cool artist. He does a lot of cool character design in Procreate, which is the iPad program that I like a lot. And it's all done digitally, just on an iPad, and it's fantastic. I love how cheap it is now. You can do, you know, a tablet type drawing for just a few $100 now. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I watch a lot of that stuff, just like gawking and like, why can't I do that? How does he make it look so easy? It's practice. He's been doing this for 20 years, you know, like, so he's had practice, and that's all it is too. If I practice at it consistently and kept learning it, I could one day maybe approach doing something of value. But that's a daunting task, right? And why am I doing it? And that's the thing. Is it just doing it because it's a nice fun challenge, or do I want it to have cool art for my channel, or what do I want to do with it? Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of reasons to do things. But I do enjoy it. I do like doing it. I do like the process of it. I like my stuff doesn't turn out that good, as you can see from the emotes I have around my Twitch channel and that kind of thing. I've designed all those myself. I have never outsourced any of that. Same with anything on my channel, really. If you see a piece of art on my channel, it's pretty much been designed by me, or it was part of an asset pack, like a press kit for the like logos or something like that from a you know, developer. Like on this thumbnail, the longing logo I stole off of I think probably the title screen for the game, maybe. No, it wouldn't have been there. It must have been a press kit. But I got that pulled out using Photoshop. I know little tricks and that kind of thing now. It's been doing this for 6 years now, right? So I know all the tricks for using Photoshop for the most part. And that's nice. I like looking things up and figuring them out and learning how to apply it. There's a lot of stuff. It looks like the stairs are doubling back again. Holy cow. So I'm going to have my own mushroom room. That's kind of cool. So I've learned a lot of Photoshop, not enough to like call myself a Photoshop user. I feel like I couldn't get a graphic design job or something like that because what I do doesn't feel like it's that cool. It's not that good. And I honestly, I've tried to convince people, oh, you should hire me for this. This is a perfect spot to grow my own mushroom garden. Yes. Love it. How do I get the mushrooms? Do I have to walk a mushroom back from, oof. That would be terrible. It looks like these mushrooms grow and they might automatically grow down here. There's already mushrooms on the ceiling. But do I have to walk it back? The green, if I want to get a green one in here, do I have to walk it the whole way? That would suck. And I don't put it past that that's what they want me to do. I feel like that could be a thing. But yeah, I've used Photoshop now for 6 years. Basically been subscribing to Photoshop for 6 years. So I've learned a few things along the way, and I can handle myself. I'm never daunted by using Photoshop, and I enjoy doing it. But I couldn't parlay that into any kind of, useful career. I can do a YouTube channel real well. Real well is kind of subjective there too, right? I can do a YouTube channel. I can manage thumbnails for a YouTube channel. I know that stuff. And also YouTube itself. It's a platform. Not everyone knows it, but it's easy enough to use that it's like, okay, you pick it up in a month or two of using it. I've learned all the tricks of the trade, though. It's not worth much, I don't think. But I've tried. I've tried to get jobs with passing off my Photoshop knowledge as useful, and it has not worked out. I guess I've only really had one interview with it. But it was like I was interviewing for it, and this is a job. I only got the interview because it was at my company I was already at, and I saw they had a graphic design position needed. It would have been doing like packaging and stuff like that. Some of the web stuff, and mostly it's package design. And I was like, well, I've never done that before. So like I went to the interview. They gave me the interview because I was an employee, and they know me. And they're like, yeah, we know you like this stuff. No, you're not good enough, basically. We extended this as a courtesy to you. If you want to get into it, keep practicing, get another job first, something like that. Like quit your job here so you can go do this other thing someplace else and get some real world experience doing it. Whatever. I was in over my head. It was clear in the interview. I was like, okay, I'm in over my head. And they're like, yeah, we know. We knew from the start. We gave you this interview because you work here and we wanted to be nice to you. Okay, thanks for that. It's great. That makes me feel nice. But then the person they actually ended up hiring, she was awesome. I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't get this job because she's really good at this. And I would have been a complete joke. I would have been gone from here had they given me that job for some reason. So that's my story with that. I'm not going to anytime soon apply to another job like that. Harvest mushroom. It works. Okay, now let's go back over here. So we have mushrooms growing in here. If I put a green one in here, so the purple ones are the ones that get big. So if I put a green one near that purple one, it will get really, really big. I don't know what will happen then, but we could make it really, really big if we bring a green mushroom back. Use my tuck. See how far I get. So yeah, I'm not going to apply to any more graphic design positions anytime soon. Gun shy of that one. Unless it's like we need people to do, so I need someone to do thumbnails for my YouTube channel. In that case, then maybe. But then I got to come up with a design for it that's not my own, where I'd be held responsible if it does badly. Like right now, I can do a thumbnail good or bad. I can just make a thumbnail look good based on my own subjective opinion. And I don't really have analytics too much to say that, oh, this thumbnail worked better than this thumbnail. I just know what I like as far as the thumbnail goes. And I try different things. If you've been around the channel for a while, you've seen me try different styles of thumbnail, and some work, some don't, I'm sure. As I've said before, when I'm researching through, there's no right answers to any of this stuff. Everyone has some way to do it, and they make it work for them. And I can mimic just about anybody. I haven't really come up with a really original idea for anything. And that's pretty consistent across everything, I think. I don't have a lot of original ideas about stuff. I look at other people's things, and I was like, I kind of like that. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to steal this. I'm going to copy that. Copy this. And you get what I get, which is You don't feel super creative when you do that, unfortunately. I feel creative enough, but, you know, I'd like to do something more original. I don't know what that would be. How is it any different, like, when everybody else does? And really, are people's ideas really 100%, like, out of thin air? Like, no, ideas aren't like that. Like, you get ideas by reading something or seeing something or, you know, reading a book, seeing an article, seeing a photograph. And those ideas come from you. They come from your mind making associations that people, when something looks original, it's a mind making an association that no one's made before, right? You're taking something that you've seen, it's triggering some, you know, alchemy in your brain, basically. And that's where ideas come from. So, I mean, I guess it's a part of it is just, you know, emulate until you come up with your own style, pretty much, I guess. And that's what I do. I don't know who I'm really copying right now with this thumbnail. If you can tab back and look at this thumbnail, that's what I was going for here. I don't know if that was what, you know. It looks fine to me. I think I try to make them engaging is the buzzword, I guess. Clicky, you know, but not like, I don't want to like, you know, red arrows and that kind of thing. I mean, that's the joke among, cynical YouTubers like me of like the big yellow font with red arrows pointing at something on the thing. And that's very common. If you start looking around for red arrows on a YouTube search or something like that, you'll definitely see a few. Or there's always the, you know, the YouTuber that'll put their face on the thumbnail, making some weird, screaming expression, which I believe that I would. So it works. Like, that's the thing. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work. You know what I mean? I firmly believe that. I don't know how much they're actually looking at the analytics to figure out what's working or not. But either they saw someone else do it and it worked for them, so they copied it, or they have actual data that it does work and they want to do it that way because it does work. Either of those two things could be true. I don't know. You know, I'm always wary of copying people just because that seems popular. Because you don't know why it was popular. It might not be that thing at all unless you have the real data, and they might not know either. But it could be more than just like, oh, slap my face on this and it'll be good now. And, you know, that doesn't necessarily work out. But then everyone copies everyone. So like they see, okay, so this guy's doing his face and everything. He's got some funny expression. He's getting a lot of subs out of it. So I'm going to do that same thing. And look at that. I'm getting lots of subs out of it. So then they just keep copying and copying and copying. Oh, we are out. No, we're not out yet. Shoot. Let's see how far I get. Let's see how far I get. That's the name of this episode, I think. So, yeah, this series. I hope this series you guys just wanted to talk about YouTube culture in general, because that's kind of what this series has become a lot of time, and that's mostly. I mean, what do you expect? That's what my life is for the most part, is just analyzing YouTube culture. But I don't know what is. I don't know what people are doing because they're copying it because it's a popular style, or they're copying it because they like that style, or they're copying it because it actually works. That's the big thing it comes down to. When you look at the tropes among YouTube videos, the red arrows, the yellow text on screen, the faces, making weird faces, you know, you don't know why it's successful necessarily. People just copy each other, and you kind of get this feeling it's kind of a feedback loop. At least I do. I get this feeling it's a feedback loop of, well, I'm doing it because he's doing it, and he's doing it because he's doing it, and he's doing it because he's doing it. But no one actually knows if it actually is working. There is people that will put the data together that are very smart, and they will say, actually, if you put a face inside a thumbnail, it connects with the audience, and because they've done focus groups and that kind of thing on it. They've got money behind the research, and they can do those kinds of A/B testings and say, the thumbnail with somebody making this weird screaming face on it looks stupid, but people click it because they see a face and people are naturally drawn to faces. And that's a scientific reason I get behind doing it. As annoying as it looks and is. But I think just a lot of people just see it as, oh, this is popular, I'll do it that way. Because it worked for him, why not work for me? And you look around, you see a lot of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the way titles work, when it comes to the way tags work, when it comes to the way thumbnails are, colors, channel names, whatever. I don't know. This is, again, cynical Modi. Analyzing everything. But it's what happens. You can see it. You can see certain trends if you're paying attention to certain channels. And I won't name names. I'm not going to name names here. We're all friends. It's fine. If it works, it works. No shade to be thrown. Except for this little guy on camera right here, right? Yeah. He's a shade we can throw around. But, yeah, I'm not going to, yeah. If it works, it works. Maybe I'm the sucker for not just buying in and trusting that it's the right way to do it if someone else is getting popular with it. I don't know. I just try to make it look good. Try my best. That's all I can do. We're really getting a nice, gigantic house here. Once this is all mined out, I'm going to run back through it and see if there's anything we can actually do inside of this. Now, hopefully, this episode, it doesn't double back a second time. It may. I don't know. And if it does, you know, I'll just keep mining till the end here, and then we'll examine our house next time, maybe? I don't even know. Our episode's running long already. I like to do these at 30 minutes. Again, following a set standard consensus coming from a, you know, that idea of 30-minute episodes, 20 to 30-minute episodes comes from the, like, Reddit Let's Play community saying, oh, that's what you should do because that's what everyone does. So you should do it like they do because that's the trope. And that's how it is done. It's just the way it shall be. Episodes of a certain length. And no more, no less. I don't know. There also is something to be said for, I don't want to have to watch an hour of this. I don't want to take an hour of your life away to listen to me ramble about YouTube stuff. That's your time. You're choosing to be here. This is my job. I have to be here. You're choosing to be here. And I appreciate you immensely for watching this long in this video, if you are watching this still. And if you're not, I won't know the difference. I'm not looking at the analytics. So I don't know if you're here or not. But leave a comment if you were here for it. I'm hearing water. A lot of water. Are we going to get to a river? Because that would be an awesome ending. A nice cliffhanger to go out on. It's getting louder. What if... Okay, here's an idea. What if I'm going to flood my house just now? Are you done? No, we're not done yet. Oh, man. Oh, we got it! What do I do with this? I finally have my own bathroom. Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. I think that's what we go out on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll explore the house next time. We'll get someplace else. I'll probably cut off another 20 days here just by taking a couple days off in between. But thank you so much for listening to my ramble. If you have any thoughts about YouTube or anything else in general, let me know. I'll be back for more longing soon. Stay tuned. See you guys next time.